Hi everyone, I'm Courtney. I do the jewellery and charms on Wild Child Treasures and also all the computer work and accounts because my mum's pretty useless at it. At the moment I'm just making a charm, so I thought I'll do a quick video to show you how I make my charms and just all the basic items that I use. So I'll just run you through basically what all my kind of staples are. So in here I have like all my findings, so I use a lot of head pins. I usually use the longer head pins because you have enough room on those to make up the top on these, how they have a bit more of a swell, if you can see that. So it's a bit more decorative on all the beads. So I usually use those ones. Always use these, so they go in between the bead spaces. So they're little rhinestone spaces that go in between the beads just to give it a bit of extra sparkle or bling. So you've got all different colour ones of those. Let's see. I also have all different size split pins or split rings. They're what I use to attach everything with. So you can get all different sizes of those, and I just keep them all in one container and just dig through as I need them. Also use my swivel heads. That's what all my charms are on. These have a full 360-degree rotation, so they don't get stuck on anything, and they swivel. We've got the lobster clasp on them as well, so it's a lot easier for them to open up and to clamp onto things. So hence you can use most of my journal and planner charms as key rings or bag charms or whatever you would really like. Also, I have these that I've made. So these are all shrinkies. I use some of these. That's a toothpick. I don't know what that's doing in there. So I've made these from a lot of stamps that we've had. So these are all Diane Reevely sayings. So I've stamped them onto my shrinkies, and I use them on a lot of my charms as well. Also my stampotics. I think I've got a few in here as well, unless I've used them. There we go. So I've got a stampotic one. So I use him on my charms. Let's see. And the main thing is I've got a lot of beads. So these are my 4 to 6 mil beads. So you use those mainly as spacers, and unless you want to make like long necklaces and stuff, but I use all mine as mainly spacers. Then I have my bead bucket. So in here, I don't keep all my beads separate or colour coded. It takes up too much room, so I've got them all in one big tub like this, and I just dig through them as I need them. I choose, the way I make my charms is I usually pick one focal point for my charm and then kind of build around that. So with different colours and different charms, so I build my way around like one focal point. I have a heap of also different little charms. So in here, these are just all my silver ones. So like I have crossbows. I've got the Eiffel Tower. See, I have butcher knives. I do also have guns. They're more for my zombie ones that I make, along with like hands, samurai swords. Also, I do have pretty girly things in here. I do have flowers and roses, but more so with skulls and crossbows and samurai swords. So this is one that I'm currently making at the moment. So the main part I've chosen is this Tim Holtz key. So that's out of his Halloween collection, I believe, because it says poison. So it's an old rustic key. So I've chosen that one as my main focal point. And I've already made half the beads to put around it. Alright, so these are the ones here that I've made to go with it. So basically, I've made all these. There's the spacer beads in it with all different colours. So this is the main colours that I've chosen to go with this. So lay them out. I have no rhyme or reason when I make them. I just attach them any which way. I'll show you. So pick. I get your head pins. Alright, split pins. Just link it through the loop on the top. You can see that. So that attaches this to my chain links. Find my pliers. close it up. So that's the start of that one. So as you see, with the chain, I just buy different lengths from either online or in Spotlight. I find it easier to go to Spotlight.
That's in Australia.
That's in Australia. So it's our kind of crafting store. They are a bit more expensive, but some things there, you get what you pay for. I've bought a few chains off of online from overseas or in Hong Kong, and they haven't been as durable, and their links are too weak and they break when you give them a good tug. So I tend to buy them from the local craft store, so I can see what kind of strength they've got. So yeah, I just keep all my chain in here. So as you can see, I've got different lengths, different colours, also different length sizes. Obviously I've got the very fine one, so obviously using that you're going to be a lot more fiddlier than using something with about that length size. So it all depends on the overall look that you're going for with whatever you're making, whether it be charms or key rings. So on here, just bear with me, it's probably not the most exciting thing seeing me attach beads to chains. Hang on. But yeah, with these, it's pretty much wherever your imagination takes you. I'm not a person who likes to match stuff very often. I just, if the colours look good to me and they kind of go with what charms I'm using, that's what I use. Or occasionally I just do rainbow ones where anything goes on them. So I do have all these up for sale in my Etsy store. Mum has all her craft work, all her journals that she does, and all the ephemera packages and kits she does. Hang on, oh, it's not working. Let's go through this one. So then I'll attach, we'll go with that one I think. So also with these, as you might, if you've had a look at the Etsy store, I do different ones of these, so they can be very chunky, where you put more of these on the charm, or if you want a lot more kind of sparse look, like this one is, I'm going for on this one, you only put 2 or 3 like charm runs on them, so they're kind of the more minimalistic look. But I do chunky ones where I put maybe 6 or 7 of these per strand, which makes it a lot more chunkier and bulky. All depends really on what you want and how the look is. I have made a Beauty and the Beast one before. That one sold a couple of months ago, but that one was very, very bulky. So they're a bit less practical, but a lot prettier to look at because it's so sparkly. I'm just attaching a couple more on this one. Also, sparkle's good. So on this one, I'm just popping another couple on, see how it is. The good thing with this also, if you pop them all on and you don't like how they look or the placement, all you have to do is just, you can either reopen the jump link, that may weaken it a bit, or you just cut it off and you get another one and just reattach it. So if you don't like the placement of things, it's always fixable. I'll pop this last one on, we'll pick it up and see how it looks. Hang on. There we go. So that's the charm I've made. Now see, we've got the longest point, which is a key, and we've got there. Now see, it looks a bit too bland up the top. There's not much there, so you can just get a final one. I do, just to make it a little bit more complete. Open up your jump link. And I usually put one just right up the top here, you can see. That just gives it a bit of a higher. There we go. So that's the basic of how I make my basic journal charms. Or key rings, as I said, you can use them as key rings. And all depends on, you can put beads on here, anything that really has a hole that you can thread. Like I've pulled apart necklaces and I've got these stones. Of these big crystals, they're a lot heavier, so you also have to make sure you use a lot more durable head pins and chains because they're a lot heavier, so they pull a lot more. Same as like these, because I'm going to use them as dragon eggs on my next one. So there's that one. I'm making a few more, so they'll be listed in the Etsy shop soon. Alright, thank you.